wanted to ask about the creation of your character and your performance. It's a very vocal role, even though there's not a lot of dialogue, with just your grunts and your snorts and your sniffs and your breaths and all of that stuff. And can you talk about doing a character like that, and sort of putting this character together when there isn't when there is a lack of dialogue, when there's a lot of sort of silent moments, but not silent?
Yeah, so when I started out to become an actor, I became a busboy. And after a while, I made my way to waiter. And that was great. And then I made my way to extra, which was also super, super great because I actually could be on a set and I wasn't working in a restaurant. And then I became a day player, which meant that I actually had a line. And back in those days, not to get too technical, the Screen Extras Guild and the Screen Actors Guild were two different things. And I was able to step into the, well, in that case, it was sort of after, but I was able to actually have a line, and the money went up and everything. And so my entire assessment of whether a part was good or not was based on how many lines there were. And that lasted for a long time, until I finally went, wait a second, it's really not about how many lines you have, because the camera is this beautiful tool that sees inside the soul and can tell a story about, who a person is by the way they scratch their head or the shoes that they happen to be wearing, or there's a million ways that a character, you can learn about a character outside of what they say. So, Cop Car is one of those movies where, as an actor, you get to do that. You get to say, let me play between the lines. I can't say that I went through and said, I'm going to grunt this way and grunt. There has to be a kind of an understanding of the character. Then you go and you just throw yourself into it, balls out, and hope that you have a director who's putting the camera in the right place, and some editors that know to cut to the shit that's going to, tell your story. But that's a really exciting thing. It's not about the words that are coming out of your mouth. That's my point.
Sort of following up on that, one of your other nonverbal decisions is a very strange running gait. Can you talk about the development of your running style?
First off, what makes you think that's not my own personal
I don't know,
running
maybe it
gait?
is. I'm sorry for the insult.
And you've just no, it's not the way I run. I wish I could say that I know exactly how those kinds of things come in, but I don't. I mean, I think that first off, I'm wearing what are known as ropers, which are a very specific lace-up cowboy boot, but they have a really high heel, so that's going to kind of add to that. This is a guy who probably started out as an athletic sort of man, probably played some sports in high school, which of course I didn't. Kevin didn't at all. But time, cigarettes, and alcohol has broken his body down, and then on top of that, you add the desperation of where he's got to get, like it's all that stuff, and then they just say action, and you hope that, it looks okay.
It worked for me.
Okay, good, good, thanks.